What's up, everyone? CD Projekt Red have apparently done it again with Cyberpunk. They've offended somebody. Yeah, for those of you that don't remember or don't follow Cyberpunk, when Cyberpunk did their E3 gameplay reveal trailer, it's easy for me to say, their gameplay reveal trailer, 48 minutes long, it was an amazing trailer. Or gameplay demo, that long it's a gameplay demo. But at the very beginning they showed some of the character customization, only a little bit of it, and it had a male character and a female character. And you could pick who you wanted to play as. Now a lot of people kicked off about this. A lot of people kicked off and said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I identify as asparagus and you don't have the asparagus option there. I have a lot of issues with this. And so it has been changed to now just you pick the body type you want. I have no problem with this at all. But because obviously one side said you shouldn't have male-female, that immediately means for some reason there's another counter side that has to say that we must have male-female, and now they've taken male-female out, which makes the non-male-female people happy. The other side have to say, this is awful, won't somebody think of the children? To me personally, this is my 2 cents on this. I don't care. I honestly don't care. At the end of the day, this is meant to be an immersive world. You're creating a blank canvas to enter this world on to play. No, I don't care, because I will put my own thoughts, my own actions, my own deeds, my own wants, desires, everything else onto that character, and that's how we, as a symbiotic relationship, myself and the digital character I'm playing as, will go into that world. So, let's be honest, if they had said to me, pick a male or female character, and I picked a male character, and I enter this world, well, unless they have actually stopped me from doing it, why can't I say, well, actually I identify as a woman and I'm going to buy women's clothing to put on? And I'm going to be attracted to men, women, whatever I want to be attracted to, because that's how I'm approaching the game, as a blank canvas and playing it as I want to play it. Because there is a thing right at the beginning that says I'm a man or female body type, well, how does that affect me going into this game and playing the game how I want to play it? The 2 issues I care about as a gamer is I want a good story and I want good gameplay, and that's it. Some of the best games I've ever played have had female protagonists. Some of the best games I've played have had male protagonists. Some haven't had, they've had an amorphic blob or a piece of string or whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect how I approach the game, how I want to play the game. And that's what all these people are getting wrapped up in. The issue that we should worry about is when these things affect those 2 pillars, when they affect, sorry, it's early in the morning, I've definitely not had enough coffee, when they affect gameplay or they affect story. So for instance, I mentioned the E3 48-minute gameplay trailer. Sorry, I keep saying play, I should just say gameplay. Grim, come on, wake up, man. So, if you look at that, the first 5 minutes, look at every reference to he or she, even to derogatory slang, supposedly. Hyena is in fact, it's like saying chick or honey, which some people say is derogatory. Whatever, it's just slang. My best friend, Matt, some of you may have heard him before. He's been in a couple of videos that I've done. And when we ring each other on the phone, he'll say slut, and I'll say slut back to him. And it's just, it comes from an old joke ages ago of me and him on the Xbox. But we've always done it ever since. Now, yes, to other people hearing that, they may think, my God, that's offensive, you shouldn't do that. But it's not, it's the way we greet each other. But that's how it is in our world. It's not a problem. Now, if this guy, now you can be as a character, okay, so you can go into the game and as a character, you can be really offended by the fact he keeps calling you this. And it would be really interesting if this dialogue option, you can say, dude, don't call me that. For fuck's sake, man. Go fuck yourself. Or whatever, you can act angry. That's interesting gameplay mechanics, but don't sterilise the game. Don't sterilise the world. That's when I have issue with this. I don't care how or what I want to identify as or how I want to play the game. That's up to me. That's up to every individual that plays this game or plays any game. We don't need to get hung up on stuff like this. I understand to a lot of people this is very important, and I'm not trivialising that at all. I understand that. But this is a computer game where we're meant to step away from this world outside, which at times can be horrendous. Times can be horrific. It's meant to be our little world where we can We can be a badass, or we can just get immersed in a world that doesn't have our problems in it, whatever our current problems may be. We can boot the computer up, we can boot the console up, we can grab the controller, and for however long I've got to play, it's all just gone. All just gone, and I'm just having fun. I'm just enjoying myself without the stresses of life. That's what it's meant to be, and I think going on to the I did a video yesterday about the popularity of Classic WoW. I think that's also a big part of it. There's no hang-ups with Classic WoW. It's just I'm jumping on and I'm playing with some friends and we're doing some content, and these little victories mean something. And then I get to put it down and move on. It's just good old-fashioned gameplay. And that's what I'm hoping for Cyberpunk. That's what I'm hoping for games like Planet Zoo. It's just good old-fashioned fun without all of the bollocks that goes with it. Apologies for the language, but it just this is built up with the course of this video, because I was going through my Twitter, and I understand Twitter's a horrendous place to go reading through at any length, but I was looking through Twitter and it's just there's so many people who are saying that this is a horrendous thing for the game, that you're pandering to the left. And actually I don't see the problem with it. I honestly don't see a problem, because it is literally you're just selecting a blank canvas to play a game with. And that's fine. I know people want to put, people want to put greater impetus onto this, and oh my god, yes, but what you don't see is it's a downfall of civilization. It's not. Just chill. Alright, it's okay. Now, I will say I 100% agree. If this goes over and this bleeds into gameplay and becomes an issue there, then yes, that is certainly the downfall of gaming. And we've seen that a lot. We've seen that in a lot of other games where this pandering to an ideology has caused the very fabric of the game that you're playing. As I say, the two pillars for me are a story and gameplay. They're the two biggest pillars. And when you start to eat away at either one of those to suit an agenda on either side, then it collapses and we have a huge problem. Now, what I'm not talking about is things in gameplay whereby, let's say, one of the best examples I've got, I think it's GTA 4, I think. Apologies, it's been a very long time since I played it. It's the one where you've got to kill... it's either the rich young dude who's like wants to be an entrepreneur and build up the whole tower, build up the slums, or it's the older guy who's just got out of prison. Why can't I remember those characters? You asked me that in 2 seconds. This is recording amnesia. As soon as you hit the record button or you hit a stream button, you forget everything. But it's basically your mission is to go and kill one of those two. And you might say, well, that's completely against how my character's playing. But sometimes in life, sometimes you have those decisions to make. I'm not saying kill somebody. You have a decision where you don't really want to do either, but you have to do one or the other. And those moments are really impactful. I remember doing that, and it was raining, and there was something playing on the radio in the car, and I remember thinking, I really don't know what to do. I don't know how I want to approach this. And that was a really good moment. That was a fantastic moment. But then you get other moments where, and this is a bad example of this, is when you're playing a game and the game will pull you out of how you've been playing the game in a certain way, because that's the way you want to play it, that's the way you've approached this, and all of a sudden, very jarringly, it will say, oh no, now you're doing this. A really good film example would be Star Wars prequels, where you've got the bit where Anakin is with Padme, and he's chatting away to her, and they're talking, and he's having this moment, and then literally two scenes later, there's vroom, 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 he's hacking up Jedi kids. And you're like, you could have set that up a lot better. And it jars you, it pulls you out. And that's a big problem. If your immersion is broke because a game has forced itself in a certain way to conform to something, and not just been a fluid, organic world that feels natural and real. Because there are things in this world that offend us, wherever you sit. There are things that we don't like. And that is part of an immersive world. As the line in The Matrix about, we tried to make the perfect world for you and you rejected it, and we lost entire harvests because of that. And that's why we need to not be pulled out of this world, to not be broken from the world we're playing in, gameplay wise. We need it to be believable. So I have no problem with how I'm, you know, the character I'm going to play in this game just being a completely blank slate. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. But as long as you don't sacrifice the story and the world, and as I say, the gameplay for that further agenda, then I'm fine with it. It's just, it's literally the first step of how I'm going to approach that journey. It's not the end. So I'm cool with it. But that's me done on this particular rant. Hope you all have an amazing day. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have a good one.